Good evening and welcome to a new NYNJPA weather video. It is Thursday evening, September 1st, and we're finally back online after Hurricane Irene completely knocked out our power and the internet and pretty much everything else. But we're back, and as a result, let's get to the forecast. High pressure is starting to leave the northern mid-Atlantic, but it's not going to leave so easily. It's trying to hang on here as it's producing a little bit of, in the winter we'd call this cold air damming, but obviously we don't really have much in the way of cold air, so let's just call it cool air damming, with a little bit of dry air hanging on around the northern mid-Atlantic. Our next cold front is way out in the west, sitting up over the central and northern plains and moving towards the Great Lakes. Now when we move towards the surface map with the moisture and the dew points, you can clearly see where the warm front's located. We have our dry air situated along the coast, along the mid-Atlantic coast, and then a whole bunch of moisture and warm air as a warm front lifts north and east. This warm front will not produce any precipitation, but it will produce a noticeably more humid air mass setting up for tomorrow and heading into the weekend. Looking at the latest satellite picture, you can see we have a few interesting features out there. We're going to dive into the tropics a little bit as well. First of all, this feature right here is a developing tropical disturbance that will likely become a tropical depression in the next 24 hours. This disturbance, well, we're going to have to keep an eye on exactly where this disturbance is going to meander, because once it bounces off the Texas coast and not able to move inland because of a powerful heat ridge setting up over Oklahoma and Texas, it's going to have to retrograde and move back towards the southeast. And then once it moves into the southeast, there's a chance it could slowly move up the coast as a rainstorm, not as a tropical storm or a hurricane or anything of that nature, but it's something we're going to watch for next week. Maybe. We'll have to see exactly how this develops. Another disturbance is out here in the Atlantic. It's clearly heading out towards the northern Atlantic, but it could briefly develop into a tropical depression or tropical storm before becoming a hybrid low-pressure system or an extratropical low-pressure system. I think this feature, this strong upper-level low here, is going to limit the development of this feature, and also is going to have an impact on our tropical storm that was once a hurricane, Catania. So first and foremost though, I just want to go over the forecast. Here we have our warm front I was talking about. This will lift to the northeast towards Ontario and Quebec, and will not have much of an impact on the northern mid-Atlantic. Notice we had a disturbance dive south from this morning, and it completely collapsed because of high pressure in control. And this cold front here will bring the threat for showers and thunderstorms on Sunday, but I really don't expect much in the way of severe weather with this cold front, because the majority of the lifting, as you can see, is lifting to the north and east, and will likely be focused over portions of the St. Lawrence River Valley, which is basically southeastern Ontario and southwestern Quebec. So really, we're not too terrible as far as forecasts, and really we could use a break after what we dealt with Irene. Now I just want to drop down here to, I want to pronounce this correctly because I don't know why, I'm not good with Russian. What can I say? Catania. I think that's how it is. I've been trying to find out the exact phrase, so if you know, let me know, especially those who speak Russian, because I'm trying. I don't know. But whatever you want to call it, the fact of the matter is that this tropical storm was once a hurricane, and then it went through some shear, and now you can see the latest observations have our hurricane, or what I think will be a hurricane very shortly, re-intensifying again. We have a lot of cold cloud tops. When you start seeing the gray colors here, that means temperatures are above or below 80 degrees Celsius, minus 80 degrees Celsius. What this basically means is that we have very cold cloud tops. The colder the cloud tops, basically the higher the cloud is in the atmosphere. The higher the cloud is in the atmosphere, the more lifting is developing. So we do have some shear here, but I do think that eventually we will see a new hurricane redevelop once again. And we just got the latest data here coming in, and you can see the cloud tops are getting rather enhanced. Now, why is there shear? Well, how about this right here? this disturbance right here is producing southwesterly shear, and look as our tropical system moves towards this shear. First it has a nice circular formation, and then it gets stretched out. And then we have another disturbance of similar strength, or even stronger, sitting out to the north of the Greater Antilles, which is basically the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and Cuba. So what is the future of this tropical storm, future hurricane? Well, alright, there's a chance, there's a slight chance that it could pass these troughs and approach the southeast coast. I think it's going to recurve. I think it's going to remain over the Atlantic. The main reason is that, unlike our last hurricane, this one is much further north, and as a result it's going to fall under the influence, as we can see here, of these troughs and cause a recurvature over the northern Atlantic much sooner. So let's take a look at the model guidance, and here we have our latest model guidance for today, starting at 12Z. As we move forward, you can see, let me get the surface map here just right. There we go. You can see pretty much we're dealing with tranquil weather conditions. Again, we're going to watch our tropical system down here. But really, as we move on to Monday morning, we have this cold front. So Sunday into Monday, we're going to be dealing with this cold front. Moisture from our tropical low pressure system, whether it's a depression, tropical storm, or a hurricane, will start to move up along this cold front, producing the threat for more widespread showers and thunderstorms. But again, I have some doubts on whether this will actually become a severe thunderstorm threat. Our cold front exits Monday afternoon through Tuesday. High pressure starts to build in. You can see right on the edge our potential hurricane. As we move on through the week, high pressure is pretty much in control. So that's the good news. We deal with the chance for threat for showers and thunderstorms on Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday looks to be rather tranquil, and this trough right here is going to be extremely important. You can see at the surface it's pretty weak. We have a weak boundary here. Our tropical disturbance is now meandering along the southeast coast. We have all this moisture setting up off the southeast coast. Here comes our hurricane. When we move into the extended time period, you can see that the trough is expected to catch and repel our hurricane, Hurricane Catania. So as a result, I think this is going to remain over the Western Atlantic and not impact the United States. However, this trough is key. If it's a little bit weaker, or if it moves out a little bit faster to the northeast, then we're dealing with a far different situation, because then we have this large ridge in place that would allow any tropical system to move either into the southeast coast or move up the southeast coast towards the mid-Atlantic. Something that we're going to keep an eye on, but for right now I expect our hurricane, our future hurricane, to recurve out into the Atlantic. That's our forecast for tonight. I'll be coming back tomorrow with the normal forecast updates and video discussions. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for visiting NY and JPA Weather.